Well, howdly doodly there, YouTube. Day 5. Another day, 2 more words. Knowledge versus wisdom. Think about it for a second while I switch all this up. So, at a glance they seem pretty similar, but you've got knowledge on one hand, which is the familiarity, awareness, and understanding of something or someone. And then on the other hand, you've got wisdom, which is the quality of having experience, knowledge, and good judgment, or the sound decision-making process that you go through with the experience, knowledge, and good judgment in mind. And it's really cool because knowledge, you really soon realize, has a lot of similarities with wisdom because it's actually a part of wisdom. Wisdom is just the bigger picture. Knowledge is knowing something and knowing maybe a little bit about something just because of the simple fact that you know it, you've been taught, you've been told. And you look at wisdom and it's a bigger element because it has other things in it. It has the life lessons, the experience, the hands-on, and all of the other things that you get by actually being around something. And my in-life kind of real perspective and example on this is knowledge would be someone going, oh, I heard about this thing. I have a flat tire. The bead's not set around the rim, and I know that if I put ether, a lighter, and some air together, we can get this tire up and going again. Wisdom is looking at that same scenario and going, ooh, okay, the bead's not set around the rim. I know that if I put some starting fluid around it, put my line out, and I light it, I can be a safe distance away from it. It'll go. The combustion will cause the air to expand, and it'll make the bead set right. And if I'm really fast, I can get the air onto it. Wisdom is knowing that you got to draw your line off to the side so you don't get burnt and you can be a safe distance away. Wisdom is knowing, hey, if I put too much, I'm either going to have a lot of fun or a lot of pain. Wisdom is knowing if I don't get over there in time to actually start putting the air on it, all of that expanded air is going to compress back down to its natural state, and the bead is no longer going to be on the rim anymore the way it needs to be. So wisdom is knowing the timing, the quantities, the accuracy, and all of the other things to do something safely as opposed to just going into it blind just because you know. The reason that I really wanted to touch on these two is because our subject yesterday was leaders. Well, it just so happens that leaders have a large accumulation of wisdom. Most of the time, their openness and their willingness to realize that knowledge can come from anywhere means that they have the opportunity to grasp all of the knowledge that's around them. They know that it can come from people that are younger than them, people that are less experienced than them, people that might not even know what they're doing. Sometimes you'll look at someone that has no clue what they're doing and you'll realize a way to do it completely better than you even know how to do it because you put everything together. And that's why leaders have that. So, with that in mind, you can go and you can get all these pieces together and you can kind of just put it all in. Like we talked about in growth, you put it all in your basket. Like we talked about in momentum, you get it going. And then now, with the idea of wisdom in mind, you can get that large accumulation of knowledge that you get from everyone else, pull it together, and then now go out into the world with those experiences and utilize that. You make it part of yourself. You make it your own wisdom. You use everyone else's experience and all of their knowledge and all of their wisdom to create a stronger foundation for your own wisdom. And they can act as a major catalyst and a major accelerator for your own growth and development. And that's why I'm going to swing back around to the whole knowledge is power thing, because people will say, knowledge is power. And you'll see that look in their eyes like, yeah, they know what knowledge is. They know what power is. They'll do anything to attain it. But they don't listen to the people with wisdom. So, oh, and I know, everybody, there's two kinds of people out there. Some are looking at it and going, oh yeah, you got to listen to people. And then there's other people thinking, no, not me. I listen to people. I listen to everyone. Okay. Sure. We'll go with that. I went right over their head. I try really hard to listen sometimes, but there's been plenty of times that someone's looked at me and gone, yeah, you just did that exactly the way that I told you not to do it. And I'm like, yeah, well, I kind of just had to see what would happen. And that's kind of how my brain works. I have to listen to what they say, and then I have to go majorly screw it up on my own for me to develop that wisdom or turn their knowledge into my own wisdom, because I actually have to see it. I'm a very hands-on person. I'm a very kinesthetic learner. I have to actually do it. And we all think that we know, and we all have an idea, but just that open-mindedness is something that I think all of us could work on, and I know I can too. You know, I can be good at listening, but most of the time, I just gotta mess with it. I gotta play with it. I've gotta prove to myself that I was wrong. That's a major one too, that gets in the way of people's knowledge and their wisdom, and just learning something new is they're so set in their way that they're right. And I have this problem in spades. Oh man, I don't like to be wrong. I cannot stand being wrong. If someone comes up to me and says, oh, you did that wrong, I just automatically get defensive, you know? It's like, hey, there's no way that I could be wrong. And my mind it's like, no. You're lying. But that's something that I could grow on a lot too, is just that open-mindedness and that mind frame. Man, I gotta get on that one soon too. Mind frame is a beautiful word. The mind frame that you have can definitely open up new doors for you to attain knowledge and for you to gain wisdom and to just grow. And a lot of it, you get your own wisdom. Wisdom, that's the biggest takeaway for today. Knowledge is something that you know by learning it from someone else. Wisdom is something that you know from your own experiences, and you probably messed some serious stuff up to get it. You can't buy wisdom, but it costs a whole lot of money to fix people gaining wisdom. They gotta go and break something, and they gotta break it again and again and again and again and again, and then, oh, I shouldn't do that. It doesn't work. I've tried it. That's wisdom. Wisdom is laughing at something and going, yeah, I've tried that. Whenever you think about wisdom, a lot of the things that are going to connect are relief in figuring something out, and a lot of cringe and a lot of pain remembering how you did it at first. But yeah, that's the takeaway for today. Absolutely. Knowledge is something that you've learned by someone telling you, or from you reading it in a book. However, wisdom is tied to a lot of pain, a lot of struggle, and a lot of frustration. And sometimes, whenever you actually attain wisdom, it gives you the relief of knowing that you know how to do it better now. But never forget the lessons, and never forget the pain that took busted knuckles so long for you to gain. That being said, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you liked it, like it. If you want to see what I post next, subscribe. You guys have a good one. Take care.